Thank you for joining us here at the First Alert Desk on Atlanta News First Plus, where we are taking you live out to a news conference outside of, at Fulton County Police Headquarters, where we are about to hear from officials regarding an August animal attack incident that resulted in the loss of a woman who died after that attack. Now, Donna Nguyen died on August 14th after a severe dog mauling, which took place at the beginning of that month, August 1st. Fulton County Police are expected to detail what exactly took place and where they are in their investigation now. But just to walk you through what we currently know, the incident report states that Nguyen died from sepsis, which was caused by, quote, significant wounds she received during the animal attack. Now, we did comb through videos from Nguyen's family, and the content of the owner of 5 of the dogs listed in the incident report, David Scott Evans, that does show Fulton County Animal Services seizing the dogs at a home near where the attack took place. Now, officials said they have euthanized 4 of the dogs. The 5th dog is in custody at the animal shelter. The incident report also says that Evans, the owner of these dogs, that his dogs are not believed to be involved in the attack due to no blood being found on them and their friendly demeanor near the scene. Now, a lot of questions still left unanswered, and hopefully this news conference will bring us clarity as we take you out to remarks from Chairman Rob Pitts and members of the Fulton County Police Department. Let's listen in.
Daryl, let me know when you're ready. Good. I'm Jessica Corbett. I'm the Director of External Affairs for Fulton County. We're here today to provide an update about a death that occurred recently as a result of an animal attack. You're going to hear first from Chairman Rob Pitts and then from Fulton County Police Chief Wade Yates. And then after they're done, we'll take a couple of questions. Go ahead, Mr. Chairman.
All right, good afternoon, everyone, and thank you so much for joining us this afternoon. Let me start by saying in Fulton County, we love our animals. You've heard me say that before. The fact is some 75% plus of every household in Fulton County has at least one pet. But I always say, though, that with pet ownership, in particular dog ownership, there's some responsibility that goes along with that. And the reason that's important here today is because recently we've had several high-profile incidents of citizens and other animals being attacked by vicious dogs, quite frankly. And so that's why we're here today, and we want to talk about one incident in particular that happened in Union City. So with that sort of as an introduction, I'd like to bring up our Police Chief, Wade Yates, to go into detail about the specifics of what happened to the extent that he can publicly about what happened in Union City. Chief.
Good afternoon, everybody. Miss Nguyen was attacked, we presume, by a group of dogs. An exhaustive search for evidence did not yield a whole lot. We were unable to find any witnesses to the attack. We were unable to find any video of the attack. All we had were some 911 calls stating that they could hear a woman screaming. The autopsy was unable to reveal any DNA. Unfortunately, at this time, we have not identified the animals that attacked Miss Nguyen and caused her death. I will be open for some questions later. We have released the report, the investigative report, in detail. It's got all the detective supplements, and all your questions can be answered in there. But again, unfortunately, we're not going to be able to make any charges in this case or identify which animals were the attackers. Chairman?
Thank you. Go ahead, Chairman. Just real quick
Yeah.
before, I think Chairman Pitts had a couple more things he wanted to say before.
Yeah, and because of this, we're making some changes internally, and that the key change is that our police department will now be more actively involved in animal control. We have a contract with a company called Lifeline. That contract is in existence, and I think there's a couple more years or so to run on that contract. It'll be rebid. But in the meantime, though, our police department is going to be much more involved in monitoring that contract. But no matter what our police department does, they can only do so much. That's why I go back to the fact that it is the responsibility of the pet owners, the dog owners are going to have to be more responsible. They cannot allow their pets, their loving pets, as they would refer to them, to roam around neighborhoods, you know, not on a leash, no muzzles, just as they see fit, because that is what happened in the cases that I referred to. So that's one of the major changes that we're making going forward. So we'll take a few questions.
Thank you. And Chairman, if you don't mind, I just would like to clarify that the Fulton County Animal Services personnel who are responsible for reporting to incidents will be under the leadership of the Fulton County Police Department starting later this year. So that was one thing we want to make sure to share with you all. We can take a few questions and I'll try to get them to the.
Yeah, I want to direct a question to the Chief first, please. Chief, last week we learned the police officer who was sent to respond to the call of the dog attack diverted to another call, and as a result of that, the response time to the scene was approximately 30 minutes, 27 to 30 minutes. If you could confirm that, he's been terminated. Has there been any action taken against any other employees with Lifeline, with Animal Shelter, in addition to the officer who was terminated?
I can confirm the response time. You're accurate in approximately a 30-minute response time. I cannot make any comments about what the Union City Police Department has or hasn't done in a personnel situation.
Mm-hmm. What about the county Lifeline? Were there any employees disciplined?
Chairman, do you want to take?
Yeah.
Well, we don't know the specifics, but I'm told that 2 Lifeline employees have been terminated and 1 employee from Union City.
Right. Do we know why the Lifeline employees were terminated?
We do not.
Okay, because they're not providing much information on calls.
Do not.
So do you believe this attack was preventable in any way, or again, I guess you can't respond.
Yeah, it's real hard to answer a hypothetical like that, and it's hard to say that we can prevent anything. What we can do is a good investigation after the fact to try to come up with answers, and unfortunately in this case we just weren't able to.
And the dogs that were euthanized, they were not the dogs involved in the attack, as far as you know?
We can't identify which dogs attacked Miss Nguyen, or if it was a dog. You know, we were unable to. There were 0 witnesses to this. There was no video to this. All we had was someone calling the police saying, "I hear a woman screaming."
You called twice, actually. Yeah. Okay, thank you, Chief.
You're welcome.
Chief, if you could just speak to the, I don't know, chain of command is the right word, but what should have happened in this case? Because, you know, we see in this report that no DNA evidence was able to be collected. Lifeline didn't tell the department about it for a little bit. I mean, how do you wish this would have played out from that first call?
Well, I think what we're going to see going forward when the police department has a larger role in that is an immediate notification so we can begin the investigation on scene as it happens. And then the problem, like you said, about the DNA wouldn't exist because we would have been notified about it immediately.
And then, you know, and it seems from the report that you wanted to be, or the department wanted to be notified about this much sooner. Was there any reporting or chain of command broken when it comes to notifying you guys of what happened, or was it just not up to standard but not necessarily something that was a broken chain of command?
They're a contractor, and so there is no chain of command with that. We manage the contract. The easiest way for us that we felt to manage it going forward was direct management of us taking over that role and not using them for that specific role anymore.
Now, as far as the 4 dogs who were euthanized, you don't know, were they maybe the ones who attacked? Have you talked to the dog's owner? What's happened there?
Every dog in the neighborhood is a possibility that they could have been involved in the attack. We just don't know. We don't know.
And just to clarify, I know you said you're taking over, becoming more involved. Is Lifeline still going to be used in any capacity?
Yes, they're going to continue to run the shelter.
But you're going to be more directly involved in cases involving cruelty or cases involving attack?
Absolutely.
On people?
Absolutely.
Okay.
So can you verify for me whose dogs these were, these 4 dogs which were euthanized? Where'd they come from in this?
They live at a residence nearby where the attack happened.
I think we can take one more question real quick. Anyone else?
Is there any message for the family? You know, this is a family now who may not ever know, you know, certainly for sure how exactly their loved one died.
We're heartbroken, and I wish I could provide them answers. We did speak to the family prior to making this release and told them everything we know and answered all their questions, but she's not going to be back, and my heart breaks for them.
Is this case closed?
Yes, ma'am.
Thank you, Chief.
All right, thank you, everyone.
Thank you for watching ANF Plus. For more breaking news, live coverage, and your community stories, download the Atlanta News First app. You can also watch us on YouTube, Roku, Apple TV, and Fire TV. To join the conversation on YouTube Live, visit our channel and hit subscribe. You can also listen to the Atlanta News First podcast by searching Atlanta News First on your preferred listening platform.